Michael Jackson was more than just a singer. He was a phenomenon, a force of nature that redefined music, dance, and entertainment for generations. From his earliest days as the precocious, soulful lead singer of the Jackson 5, it was clear that he possessed a gift unlike any other. His voice, filled with a wisdom and emotion that seemed far beyond his years, captured the hearts of millions. He had a charisma that just radiated from the stage, a magnetic pull that made it impossible to look away. Even as a child, he commanded the spotlight with the confidence of a seasoned veteran, setting the stage for a career that would shatter records and change the world. The release of Off the Wall was a declaration of his artistic independence, a brilliant fusion of disco, funk, and soul that proved he was ready to carve his own path. But it was Thriller that turned him from a superstar into a global icon. The groundbreaking music videos, particularly the epic short film for Thriller, broke down racial barriers on MTV and transformed the medium into an art form. The moonwalk, the single white glove, the fedora, the sequin jackets, these were not just accessories or dance moves. They were symbols of his unique brand of magic. His concerts were legendary events, selling out stadiums across the globe and leaving audiences breathless with their sheer energy and theatricality. In the spring of 2009, a palpable buzz of excitement filled the air. Michael Jackson was planning a comeback, a monumental series of concerts in London titled This Is It. This wasn't just another tour, it was meant to be his grand final curtain call, a chance for him to share his magic with his children, who had never seen him perform live on such a grand scale. The rehearsals, held at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, became the central focus of his life. Those who were there described a man who, once the music started, transformed into the electrifying performer the world knew and loved. He was deeply involved in every aspect of the production, from the choreography to the lighting to the intricate video backdrops. He was in his element, a master conductor orchestrating a symphony of creative energy. Yet behind the scenes, a different story was unfolding. Crew members and collaborators noticed a troubling fragility. He appeared alarmingly thin and was often plagued by insomnia. They saw a man pushing his body and mind to their absolute limits, driven by a desire to reclaim his throne and prove his greatness one last time. The immense pressure of the This Is It concerts weighed heavily on Michael's shoulders. This was not just a series of performances, it was a high-stakes gamble with his reputation, his finances, and his legacy on the line. The initial announcement of 10 shows had ballooned to 50, a physically daunting commitment for any artist, let alone one who was 50 years old and had not toured in over a decade. Years of spectacular high-energy dance moves, falls on stage, and a severe scalp burn sustained during a 1984 commercial shoot had left him with debilitating injuries. To manage this pain and his other health issues, he had, over the years, come to rely on a variety of prescription medications. This reliance created a complex and dangerous situation. His relationship with his personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray, became central to his final days. Hired specifically for the This Is It tour, Dr. Murray's primary role was to help Michael cope with the physical demands, and most critically in Michael's mind, to help him sleep. Michael came to depend on the doctor for nightly infusions of propofol, a powerful surgical anesthetic that he referred to as his milk. It was a secret ritual that took place behind the closed doors of his bedroom, far from the eyes of his family and staff. On the evening of Tuesday, June 23, 2009, Michael Jackson was at the Staples Center for another rehearsal. Those present noted that he seemed more tired and less engaged than usual. He was quiet and seemed to be moving through the motions, his usual spark dimmed. He reportedly complained of feeling unwell and left the rehearsal earlier than planned, a departure from his typical perfectionist nature. The next day, Wednesday, June 24th, was Michael's last full day on Earth. When he arrived at the Staples Center that evening, he delivered a performance that left everyone in the arena spellbound. He ran through powerful renditions of Thriller, Billie Jean, and Earth Song, leaving the cast and crew feeling exhilarated and optimistic. As he left the arena after midnight, he was reportedly in high spirits, telling people, "God bless you." He arrived back at his mansion on North Carrollwood Drive shortly after midnight in the early hours of what was now Thursday, June 25th. Dr. Conrad Murray was waiting for him. Over the next several hours, Dr. Murray would administer a cocktail of sedatives in an attempt to induce sleep. The final hours of his life were spent in the quiet of his upstairs bedroom, a space that had been transformed into a makeshift medical room. The morning of June 25, 2009, began like any other in the outside world, but inside the Holmby Hills mansion, a crisis was unfolding. Sometime after 10:40 a.m., Dr. Murray administered a 25-milligram dose of propofol via an IV drip. According to Murray, he briefly left Michael's bedside, and when he returned just a few minutes later, he found that Michael Jackson was no longer breathing. Panic set in. It was not until 12:21 p.m. that a 911 call was finally made. Paramedics arrived within minutes to a chaotic scene. They found Michael in full cardiac arrest, his body still warm but lifeless. They worked on him for over 40 minutes on the scene before rushing him to the nearby Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center. The King of Pop was being transported, but all hope was fading fast. Inside the hospital, doctors continued their efforts to save him, but it was too late. At 2:26 p.m. Pacific Time, Michael Jackson, the undisputed King of Pop, was officially pronounced dead. The official announcement of his death sent a seismic shockwave across the globe. It was a moment of collective disbelief, a "where were you when you heard the news?" event for an entire generation. In the immediate aftermath of Michael Jackson's death, a storm of questions and speculation erupted. As details began to emerge from the police investigation, a disturbing picture started to form. The Los Angeles County Coroner's Office conducted a thorough autopsy. On August 28, 2009, the official cause of death was declared a homicide. The report stated that Michael had died from acute propofol intoxication. The subsequent trial of Dr. Conrad Murray in 2011 captivated the world. Prosecutors argued that the doctor had acted with gross negligence, abandoning his patient and repeatedly lying to paramedics and emergency room doctors. Ultimately, on November 7, 2011, the jury found Dr. Conrad Murray guilty of involuntary manslaughter. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison, the maximum penalty for the crime. The news of Michael Jackson's death created a tidal wave of collective grief that washed over the entire planet. In the hours and days that followed, impromptu memorials sprang up in cities all over the world. The digital world became a global space for mourning. Social media platforms were flooded with messages of love, shock, and sadness. People shared their favorite Michael Jackson memories, the impact his music had on their lives. On July 7, 2009, a public memorial service was held at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. The event was broadcast live to a global audience estimated to be in the billions, making it one of the most watched events in history.
The most heart-wrenching moment came when Michael's 11-year-old daughter, Paris, stepped up to the microphone. Through tears, she said, "Ever since I was born, Daddy has been the best father you could ever imagine, and I just wanted to say I love him so much."
Even years after his untimely death, Michael Jackson's presence remains as powerful and pervasive as ever. His music continues to be discovered by new generations, a timeless collection of songs that defy genre and era. His influence extends far beyond his own recordings. From the intricate choreography of Beyoncé and Usher to the genre-blending pop of The Weeknd and Bruno Mars, his impact is unmistakable. Beyond the music and the dance, his message of love, unity, and healing continues to inspire. Through songs like Heal the World, Earth Song, and We Are the World, he used his immense platform to advocate for a better planet. Ultimately, Michael Jackson's story is one of triumph and tragedy, of unparalleled genius and profound human frailty. He was a once-in-a-lifetime talent, an artist who dreamed of magic and then spent his life making it a reality for the rest of us. The King of Pop may be gone, but his throne will forever remain his.